Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am sharing another Slimline card using the Party on a Fawn. So first of all I stamped out my images, which are like all the critters in this stamp set. Um, and I did this on Strathmore Bristol Smooth with my antique linen because I am going to do another no line coloring card using my distress inks. So I am just stamping out this bunch of critters and then I can start coloring. So as in previous videos, I am going to show you the distress inks before I take them to my acrylic block. And just to help me don't smear anything, I'm going from left to right in coloring these images, sort of. Um, so yeah. So in my last videos, and including this one, I haven't changed my method. This is something that works for me currently, so I am just doing the same thing over and over and still trying to improve, of course, the coloring that I'm doing. But I must admit it's really helpful and really encouraging to see all your lovely comments and the support that I get. But don't forget that what I'm doing you can do yourself as well. You just have to go with it. It's like I didn't follow any watering classes. I watch people color things in, and then I try it myself. I sort of see which way is working for me, and then I just go with it. I really hope that if you like this sort of coloring and you have distress inks or any other ink from the same type, that you just try it out, and who knows, you can surprise yourself. There are unfortunately people who think that they cannot do this, and I really want to encourage you. If something isn't working, just try it again. And there are a lot of people who are reacting that they are amazed by the softness of the coloring. Thank you. But if you look back in my videos, you can also see that I was going with a lot of color from the beginning, and I didn't get that soft coloring either. It's like you just have to find your way in coloring with whatever medium you're using. And yeah, just see this as a chance to try it out. And what is important when you're doing watercoloring, or in my case, is that you really take your time. So if you don't have the time to color everything in, or you have to go somewhere, I wouldn't get started, because this is really relaxing for me at this moment. So I would want to color everything in currently with distress inks, but I'm like going to show you, I think, one more video after this one, and then I will go back to what you used of me, and maybe do some switches in between, but not focusing on one technique, because some people don't like it, and of course I try to show you what you like. So if you are currently interested in a certain technique and you think that I'm able to do that, you can always leave them down below as well, and I will try to figure it out. But yeah, so my lovely pig is almost ready. And I've talked a lot, so I just want to repeat it. I really want to encourage you, if you love this technique, try it yourself. Take your time, don't rush anything, and go with really small pieces. Just start with the belly, a part of the belly, drag it out with a damp paintbrush, and continue with another part, and just keep coming back. That's what I can recommend, and I really hope that you give it a try. So, on to the other images. Again, adding it to the side, dragging it out, leaving it to dry a bit, and then coming back in. So that's what I'm doing all the time. You can like, I don't think that you can say to me you didn't do it. I think I am quite persistent with that one. But you know, if you have any questions, just leave them below. So now I will put on some music before I say any stupid things. And I will be back after all the coloring is done. So now that the coloring is done, I am taking the matching dies and I have die cut all the elements. And then I can continue with the rest of my card. So I am trying to lay everything out. For this card I just colored as much images possible, and I was going to see afterwards what it was going to end up like. So sometimes you just need to start coloring and the rest will come. Here I had smeared a bit of the eye of this one critter, but I just took a damp paintbrush, my paper cloth, and I could dab it off. Now for the coloring and for the die cutting. I have die cut a large slimline width slider rectangle from Fawn twice. And then you cannot see it here because that part was missing out. But I tried to show you. I also took the Meadow backdrop portrait and I partially die cut it from one of those rectangles. So therefore you really need to make sure that, because I wanted it higher up, that the bottom of this die wasn't being die cut. So I just didn't put it in between those two plates. It was sticking out of the plates, if that's sort of clear. And then you need to make sure that the other pieces where you need that die cut from the first Grassy border will be already between the two plates of your cutting machine. If that's not clear, let me know, and then maybe I get an idea for another card with this, and then I can show you a bit more closer, but I hope it's sort of clear. Otherwise, ask me. So here I am ink blending my grass, using of course also my distress inks. And when I have blended everything, I will also do some splattering on top of all these pieces. So I'm trying to get a nice blend, and then I will also have to blend the background. So I decided that I wanted to have another glossy border for all the images, but because I didn't want to add another layered die cut of grass, I just took this Grassy Hillside stencil from Fawn, and I am doing exactly the same blending and also splattering. So there is a lot of grass in this card. But also my images go way up, so that's because of it. And then it's time for the sky as well. So I have taken another leftover piece and I'm going to try to create some sort of the same background, because as in a previous card I am going to take that Charlie Alpha die and I am going to die cut hello to add in front of my panel at the top, and I really wanted it to have the same color as my background and then do some glossy accents and just get it going. So I will also splatter this one just to keep it the same. And something where I was really surprised by was that since this is a water reactive ink and doing some glossy accents on top, I thought that the splattering wouldn't show up that much, but actually it stayed there and I really like it. So just if you are curious if this is like even worth it to splatter it, yes it is. So I did this and then I am going to let this panel dry. Onto the assembling of my card. So I really want to create some layers, and I don't know why, but I really prefer the cow to be behind this fence. And also it's a large image, so putting it in front of everyone would maybe hide them, so that was not the idea. So I'm still happy with that placement. Still don't know what I'm going to do with that last critter, but he is going on there. I mean, I have colored it in this video as well, so I really prefer showing you all the coloring of each image, and if I wouldn't have used it, I would have left it for another card and then the coloring wouldn't be shown or anything, and that's not how I want to do it. So here I have taken the Big Mama foam tape. It's like the thinnest foam tape I have and I really like the thickness of it. So the bottom part I'm going to adhere with some Scotch foam tape, which is a bit thicker than the Big Mama. So this way I have different heights in this card. I'm going to adhere these now. Unfortunately, the adherence of that second piece of Grassy border wasn't filmed, so I'm really sorry about that, but you get the idea, of course. I'm getting all the images back onto my card panel, and then I will adhere them using some foam squares, some thin ones, some regular ones, and then of course I will also use some liquid glue. So now I am going to continue with my hello, and I am going to die cut it twice out of just some Nina, and then of course out of this panel that I have also blended in the same colors as my sky, because I want to lift it a bit up. So here I am adhering all those layers on top of each other so that it really stands out from the background. And next up I'm going to adhere it on top of this card panel. So therefore, to get it straight, I'm using this time my T-square ruler, and that one is helping me to get everything aligned straight, and also I am checking how much space is between each letter as well. And then I'm using the same liquid glue Tombo to adhere everything. So now I'm just adding some glossy accents on top of that hello, as I did in one of my previous cards as well. I really like that final detail, and the only thing I did afterwards was adhering it on a slimline card base, but that I'm not showing. Again, saving a little bit of time, although this video is really long. Yeah, that will be my card. So I hope that you enjoyed watching this video, even with the length of it, and that you like this card design. If you have any questions, please leave them down below, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!